Hi, this is Dr. Judith. Welcome to the Power of You. And our focus today is on leaders. Leaders that are seasoned, leaders that are new in their roles, across the age spectrum, across industries. There are common things that can happen to leaders, especially if they're new in their role, but even seasoned leaders. And some of this revolves around not having breaks in your day. That you're going from project to meetings to one-on-ones to more projects to more meetings to more video conferencing that you need to do. So you have all this busyness that happens to your day and it gets in your way, own health and well-being. But you feel compelled to be involved in the meetings because you want to keep familiar and up to date with what's going on. But having no breaks in your day can be fatiguing over a period of time. Would you agree or not agree to that in the comment section? So when we're in meeting to meeting, and be it in healthcare or be it in business or any type of industry, as I mentioned before, we're juggling so many different things that it ends up that we are not only fatiguing, but we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not eating right. We're finding that we're just trying to grab something on the go. We're not exercising maybe because meetings are taking so much of our time. And so when we go home, we're just tired. And therefore, we just want to be a couch potato and sit, or just do a hobby that doesn't require much functioning and mental functioning or mental power. And so I do get that. And you just want to just cool out for a period of time. But what happens is that one of the reasons that we go from meeting to meeting is because we want to do a good job as a leader. We do want to add value. We do want to make sure people's needs are being met as much as possible. But we don't necessarily be aware that it's impact on you. It's impact on you. And that there will always be people that will need something from you in your leadership capacity. But how are you taking care of you? How are you being realistic about maybe your time and how your time is being spent? And maybe you need your administrative person to make sure they block out 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes in periodically in your day that allows you to take a breather and sit down and have a bite to eat and also to reflect and think, because that's sometimes one of the issues for leaders is they are so busy that they don't have time to reflect. They don't have time to think things through at the level that they really would like to. And so one of the things is to pace yourself and not to get so exhausted and think about what are creative things that you can be able to do. Some people go out and take a walk just to take their break for themselves, to get out, get some sun, get some air, different type of air than in the office air. And also they do try to schedule time in their day. And that's where that administrative assistant becomes really, really helpful and important. Your long-term needs is just as important for you to be mindful of, because if you're expending too much energy, it's the old saying, who won the race, the tortoise or the hare? Slow and steady wins the race. So we want to not necessarily be so slow, but we do want to make sure we're pacing ourselves so that we can be just as effective in the beginning of the day as the end of the day. If not, then we have another issue that will arise is that because we're overly concerned and we want to really do a good job with a particular project or in a particular role that you're in, that you end up moving into this angst, this anxiety that happens. And that anxiety is not healthy to you because it's kind of wearing you thin too, along with wanting to make sure you're accomplishing many things, making sure the project is getting done at the appropriate speed or with the right resources or the right people. Yes, I understand. But at the same time, what other people may perceive you as you're getting angst and you're in more and more involved in your mind and your head and you're thinking about things and trying to work out all the details and trying to make sure everything is going to be handled appropriately. What see is presenteeism, that your body's there, but your mind's not fully engaged in the work that you're doing. Your body's there, fully present, there. But the ism is, or the presentism is that they don't necessarily feel that you're engaged with them, that your mind is elsewhere. Your mind is on that project, or your mind is on that last meeting that you did have, or your mind is on a conflict that arose and you need to figure out how to navigate that, but you're not fully present because you're preoccupied. And one of the things you have to be able to do in your leading capacity is that's where those breaks become important in your day. And that's where breathing in and breathing out, the diaphragmatic breathing, just getting more oxygen to the brain can be helpful. Because if you're bringing that home, the angst from the day at home, then you may not be getting good sleep. And sleep is very important for leaders. And in general, it's important for everyone to get good sleep because it allows you to rejuvenate and be able to have fresher ideas in the next morning. So think about your day. Think about how it's structured. There may be some days that are hectic and other days are lighter. So look at the days that are hectic. Is there anything that you can do a little bit different that it helps you to calm that day down? Because I know there's curveballs that happen in every day, especially as a leader. That's going to happen. But even in those curveballs, you have to think, is it a curveball that I need to handle now? Or is it a curveball that I can handle in the future? Or I can give it to someone else and delegate to get the beginning part of that situation managed. And then I come in later. Now, how do you pace yourself in your day? How do you look at things from the standpoint of, I don't have to do it all myself, but maybe other individuals who are just as talented that can help me to manage some of these situations that are coming up, and experiment around that for yourself. And then one last point is when we give people the opportunity, because we say, I need your help with this particular situation, or I need for you to think about, are there other alternatives to manage this particular issue that's going on? Or saying to a person, can you bring to me what you think to that particular problem? What are potential solutions? And let's talk about that from that vantage point. All that brings you into the conservation of energy. And that conservation of energy helps you for longevity. And you're moving forward as a leader. So think about it. I'd love to hear your comments. Maybe there are other things that you can be able to do in order to manage your day, and also the angst that comes sometimes with the day that you're dealing with, or the week, or the month, or the year, that you're dealing with. Something to think about. This is Dr. Judith and the Power of You, where we strive to make our videos engaging, helpful, and also they're on a wide range of topics from, personal development to professional development to understanding relationships, communications, understanding parenting and what that entails, especially as you're professional or you're working and you're also trying to raise a family. Also, this whole dimension of wellness and applied spirituality, and how you can apply your spiritual principles into your everyday world. So we want to talk about all of these things on this particular channel, and we welcome you. Please subscribe. Bye for now.